I'm Adam Britt with QB365, and this is episode number 11 of A Crazy as Hell The Breakdown. So as you can see, I am in my vehicle, and it is pouring down. And had a quarterback training today. It obviously is not happening. So I'm sitting in the car. I don't really want to go back out there. I saw the traffic on the way back. It sucks. So I'm just going to sit here. I've been wanting to put a video up for the last couple days, trying to figure out what to do. And I'm going to just take this opportunity to do one right here, right now. So I saw a article. It's called Correcting Throwing Mechanics, something like that. I'll put it up on the screen right now. And in it, the author, longtime coach, put his basic main throwing issues and the correction for them, just the reasoning why. And I have no issue with the author, because it's not like he was just dead wrong with everything, but just the way he set it up, it was just like, oh, here's the easy fix. And it's just not that easy, guys. So I wanted to just sit down and just kind of go through the issues that he talked about and just give you my 2 cents on. So the first issue that he talked about is overthrow. His reasoning for when you overthrow is release behind top of arc or an overstride. Please don't feel like you're throwing at the top of an arc. I don't want an arc. I want a path right to the target. Should be no arc to it. If your arm path has an arc to it, guess what the ball's going to have? It's going to have an arc to it, and that arc that you don't want. The thing's going to die on you, and you have to release the ball at the perfect spot, which is what he's talking about. You're releasing it too early, and if you release it too late, the thing's going to die on you, which was his next thing. Underthrow, release in front of top of arc. Say, don't think about an arc. His other issues were overstride for an overthrow and understride for an underthrow. So absolutely, you can overstride and your hips stay back and you let the ball go early and the ball will sail on you. Understride, if you don't push off that back foot, your shin angle gets vertical, you get on your weight gets on your toe, and you tilt and pull down, which will make you underthrow. The ball will die on you and be well short. So I get the overstride and understride. Don't like the visualization of throwing from a top of an arc. Okay, his next issue was tail of ball wobbles. And the reasoning was jerky motion, palm not rotated down, elbow too wide, grip too far forward or back. Okay, a lot of things that can happen if your tail of the ball wobbles. So you got to pick the right one. Jerky motion, I'm assuming he means a little bit of a pull down move. That makes a little sense. Palm not rotated, that's probably my biggest thing. If that nose wants to go a little wide, I apologize, I got to do this left-handed. If that wrist gets a little too weak, okay, we don't want weak, we don't want curled, we want loaded, okay, in that good position where we can drive the ball. We don't want that. So I probably agree with him there. Elbow too wide, that's absolutely, it's a reasoning, it's a cause for the wrist to be weak. If the elbow gets too wide, doing this in cramped spaces, elbow gets too wide, that wrist will get here, okay, and then that ball will flutter, tail of the ball will wobble. Grip too far forward or back, I don't know. Ball floats, point too high or too loose of a grip, okay. Big thing with the ball floating is finishing the throw, extending, in my book, extending, not releasing the ball too early. You might have a posture issue there. It just might go down, which makes the release point go up. Ball float. A lot of if you have motion, you pull down to it, and you got to release the ball early, because if you don't, the ball's going to go in the ground. Ball will float there. Point too high. Point up on grip, point too low, point down on grip. I don't know. He talks a lot about the grip. I don't know. Again, if the point's too high, it's a wrist issue. That's all it is. If the point's too high, you're doing this too much. If the point's too low, you're doing this too much. Load the wrist like you're going to throw a punch, and throw that punch with the ball in your hand. Then we get into inability to throw with velocity. Okay, here's the reasonings. Weight not transferred to front foot, poor hip and shoulder rotation, not pulling down on ball. Please don't tell kids to pull down on the football. That's scary. No hand acceleration, no follow through, throwing cross body. Some of these I totally get. No follow through. Yeah, you're stopping too short. The arm slows down before it gets through. You need to rotate the shoulders better through. Weight not transferred to front foot. Absolutely get that. But you need to understand why. Why am I not transferring my weight? Is my alignment of my legs not very good at the top of my drop? Am I not controlling the weight at the top of the drop, so I can't drive? I can't load the hip and drive. Poor hip and shoulder rotation. Absolutely. But why? Why am I not getting good rotation? Am I stepping on my midline from my front foot? That's why my hips can't clear? What? You need a reasoning behind it. You need to know why. Not pulling down on ball, just no, don't pull down on the football. You're not going to get any more power. You want to see a ball die on you really fast, then start pulling down on the football. But you're going to miss high and low if you do that. No follow through. We talked about that. Throwing across body. Sure, we don't want to throw. We don't want to slash across our body. But there's reasons behind why you throw across your body. You can't just fix it. Being a quarterback coach in a high school, I can't just say, hey, Tommy, get a higher release, throw more up and down, don't throw across your body. He's not going to be able to fix that. He's probably got some issues that are making him throw across his body. Most likely, the upper body's taking over, and the timing of the arm and the rotation of the torso aren't working very well. He needs to slow the body down, get the arm faster, keep a good posture, and then he can get the arm through and get a little bit more vertical attack angle. All right, so the last one he has is inaccuracy. Just inaccuracy, not right, left. Holy cow, did you see that lightning? Whew, might be my last video. Anyway, so inaccuracy. His first thing is initial step not at the target. Totally agree. If you're too tight to your midline, your hips aren't going to be able to clear, your front leg's in the way. A lot of guys will stand up really hard on that and kind of pole vault over there. Again, that's where they get that arc motion. Ball's going to sail or die on them. Alternatively, if the front foot moves too far over, then you're going to have an issue with that front side leaving. Arm's going to stay behind, get dragged across, and then you're going to throw across your body, which is his second reasoning. Throwing across the body. So absolutely, you don't want to have a really crazy wide hallway to where you're throwing across. You want to keep it pretty close to the frame of your body. It's not going to be straight up and down, not going to be directly up over confined spaces here, but you want it pretty close, because then you take away some of the right and left misses and you can drive the ball much better. You can get behind the football. But do you know how hard it is for a kid that slashes and comes across his body a lot to fix that? You can't just say, hey, Tommy, Jimmy, Bubba, I read an article that says you're only inaccurate because you throw across your body. Can you fix that for the next game? Not going to happen. To fix something major like a big slash across the body, that takes a lot of time, a lot of guidance. You got to look at top of drop alignment. You've got to look at how well they're generating force with their lower body, because if there's a lack of force from the lower body, the upper body will want to take over, and that produces a whole lot of problems. You got to look at where the kind of sequencing they have. There's more lightning. Oh my goodness. What kind of sequencing they have with their upper body in relation to their arm. You got to see how fast their arm's moving, how early their front side's moving. You got a lot of stuff that you got to deal with to really improve with that. It takes a lot of guidance, a lot of cues, a lot of work. Just telling a kid to get a higher release or trying to manipulate his arm to get it higher just doesn't work, because none of the other parts of his body are set to support that. you've got to work from the ground up a little bit better to diagnose some of these problems and to fix them. And I feel bad for kids that are coached like that a little bit, to say, hey, get a higher release, throw a spiral, you got to make those throws. Just coaching points that they're either not helpful or they're just not realistically going to fix anything. Again, no issue with the writer. He's right on a lot of things. He's got the right take. It's just the way that he set this up and presented it was just like, here's the fix, here's the problem, here's the issue, here's the problem. It's just not that easy, and I hope everybody knows that. If it was that easy, I'd probably still be selling insurance or something. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of practice. You got to practice coaching this up and seeing a whole bunch of guys. One thing that's helped me a lot with what I've been doing recently is I'm getting tons and tons of guys sending me their videos. That just gives me more reps at diagnosing problems and telling guys how to fix those problems. So I'm excited. I feel like I keep getting better with that. You just got to try to learn the most you can. So hope I didn't come off as being a know-it-all. I just want you guys to understand, and for the kids out there, that it's just not that easy to fix some of this stuff, and you got to put some time and effort into it and have the knowledge to be able to not waste your time. So till next time, you guys throw better. Make sure you like my YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, all that good stuff. I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks.